Hey y'all, it's Diane with Y'all Craft One and my old barn door, and I'm super excited. Y'all know I told y'all I had ordered these tearing rulers, and so they came in the mail, and so I am so excited. So I thought I would open them with you guys and we would play around with them for a few minutes and see how they work and see what we've got, and hopefully they work well. Okay, so hang on, I'm going to see if I can pull this out so that I can show it to you a little better. So it says it comes with 12-inch clear rulers with a water pen. Now, not real sure what a water pen is. I've seen people use them maybe once or twice before, so I don't really know how it works. I guess you put like watercolor in here maybe, and you can write with it, so that's super cool. Never had one of those, so I'm interested to play with that and see how it works. So I guess you put the watercolor in here and then you can write with it. Neat. Okay, so let's get this open so that I can, let me just get rid of that. So these are the edges that you get. So you get a large zigzag, a small zigzag, a large wave, a small wave, a coarse decal, and fine decal. So I'm really excited. So I guess, let me see, I guess this is the wave, the large wave, and this is the small wave. Now I don't like how it has this, you know, it makes it a little more flimsy because it has this line cut out in the center. I'm not real sure why they did it that way, but not sure how well that'll hold up, so we'll see. And then these, I guess, are the decal edges. So small decal, large decal. And then these are, okay, these are the waves. The other one, the first one, are the zigzags. So you get one on each side. So you get 6 different ways to tear. So that's super cool. So I brought out my collage book because I forgot that I told y'all I would put some farm style collage papers in my shop. Completely forgot about it. So I thought I would try and get those done this morning and get them in the shop for you so that you guys can go and get them if you want them. And I know a lot of people are getting their farm kits, so they're probably getting ready to work on their books and they're going to want to have them. So let's just go in here and pull my wax papers out and find us a blank page. Let's see. I think we're going to kind of just go towards the middle so that I can still have some pages to do my journaling on. So we'll just start with this one. Okay. So I have a couple of bags of scraps here. I try and keep them, you know, separated so that I know what's for different styles or themes or whatever. So these are my farm style ones. So we're going to start with these and see what we can do with them, with these sweet little rulers. So I like the deckled edge, so let's just start with that. We'll start with some music. So I'm going to try the big speckled edge first. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit for you so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so let's just go for it. Ooh, I like the way that one tears. Let me see if I can find a white sheet of paper to kind of back this up too. Can you see that okay? That's pretty cool. I like it. Alright, so let's see what it takes to tear the edges. And I think I want to use the small deckled edge and see what that does. I really like these a lot. It makes the tearing part a lot easier. And it's not too bad, even with the, you know, the little spot in the middle that's cut out. And then this side's already torn, so I don't have to do that side. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's try another one. Let's try a piece of this one. And I actually have several pieces here. So let's try, this is the wave. Let's see what the big wave does. This one's the big wave. Now I have multiple sheets here, so I'm probably just going to have to do one at a time. Oh yeah, that's much better. Very cool. Can you see that? Alright, so that is the large wave. Let's see what the small wave does. That's cool. I like that one. Let's try, what do they call these? Zigzag. I'm so dumb. We're going to try the zigzag. See what it does. Okay, this is really cool. I like these rulers. So I think they're a win. Alright, and that side's already torn. So let's try, we'll try the small zigzag on this one. And let's do a piece about half this size. Okay, so that is the small zigzag. I like it. I like the way these tear. And you know, it's not perfect, but you don't want it perfect because you're tearing them. I think I like the decal edge the best because I like the way it tears. So let's go up here and tear this one. Very cool. I like it. But I think I actually like the bigger size of the decal edge better. Let's try it. It does help when you're tearing. I like the rulers. Okay, and as you can see, let me zoom you in. Sorry about the glare. Let me close my blind. Is that better? I'm sorry about that. So see, even as I tore, you know, it didn't tear perfectly to the creases in the ruler, but it still turns out as a really cool tear. So I like it. I love the rulers. All right, let me zoom you back out. Okay, so then on this edge, I need to tear this edge too. Very cool. All right, so I'm going to glue a few pieces down and let's see what they... Well, I first want to try it on like scrapbooking paper. You know, because scrapbooking paper is a little bit thicker. And so let's see... couldn't find my ruler. I was like, okay, I'm losing my mind. All right, so let's try it on this one. Let's use the big deckled edge on this one. Okay, so it takes a little bit more effort with the scrapbooking paper, but I still like the way it tears. Alright, so that was the large deckled edge. Let's try the small deckled edge. I think it's easier to use the smaller patterns on like the very edges when you have just a little bitty piece. I think it makes it a little easier to tear them that way. Okay, so we have that, and I like that. Let's try a zigzag on this one. And again, like I say, you don't have to worry about them being perfect because you are tearing. So you want them to not be perfect. Okay, that is the zigzag edge. I like that. So I'm going to tear a smaller piece of this, and we'll lay a few pieces down and collage with them and see how we like it. Okay. Let's do one of these. This is actually graphic 45 paper. It's like the Kentucky Derby set. Let me see. Off to the Races, I think is the name of it. I like the way that one tore. So let's try it with a wave. I'm just playing, guys. Just playing around. Checking out my new toy. Oh, now see, I like the way that one tore. That's really cool. Alright, let's use that one again on this side. It does seem to be easier to use the smaller patterns for smaller pieces and the bigger patterns for bigger pieces. Very cool. That's the big wave. Oh, I don't know which side I want to use. Maybe we'll use both sides, a little bit of both sides. So let's tear another one. I want to use the deckled edge. I think I want to use the small deckled edge. I hope this is not boring for y'all, just kind of seeing me tear paper, but that's not all we're going to do. I am going to do a couple of collage pages on this, so it's not just tearing paper, I promise. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get some down on the page and see. Now on these, I'm going to turn the book sideways for these, if I have enough room on my desk. Maybe I'll start with the top page. But if I turn it sideways, that way when I scan it in, you know, you can have a page that's like this, so you can fold it up and use it in your journal. So, let me see. I might have to lean it up like this. Alright, so let's just start with a little Mod Podge. I think I'm going to do Mod Podge this time. Well, my homemade Mod Podge. And again, we're just going to start in small spots. Because if you put, you know, if you put the Mod Podge on the whole page, then it dries out before you get all your papers down. Okay. So let's do this one in the corner. And then let's do a little piece of our music. That's kind of real close in color though, isn't it? Maybe some green. Let's do some green. If I find a piece is not sticking down good, I'll just put a little more glue up under there. Okay. And when I'm doing this and I use these little cards, I keep a napkin to swipe off the edge of the card because the glue tends to stick to it pretty good. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of go in a diagonal with this. And we're just going to play around and see where we get with it. Okay, what else do we have? We have these little almanac pieces. And I think I actually want to tear that one in half. And you don't always have to use the ruler. You know, if you're just in the throes of a project and you've got stuff, you know, too much stuff on your desk or whatever, you don't have room for the rulers, you can just tear it. But I really do like the rulers. They're super cool. Alright, so let's find another pattern. Let's see. thought maybe I can turn the book this way because that's really awkward, and just lay the pieces sideways. Hello, being a dingbat. Alright, so these are some little bitty tiny scraps that I had, and I want to use them up, so I'm just going to tear the edge of this one off. And, ooh, I like this, and I like some red. And this one has a straight edge, so we need to tear it. So let's use our deckled edge. Okay. And I don't want too much green together, but I like this one right here. Can y'all see okay? Let me zoom out just a little bit more. Sorry, my camera's wanting to turn sideways for some reason. Okay, so let's put him right here. And as you can see, I don't go all the way to the edge of the page because these are big pages, so you're not going to be able, unless you're doing a big journal, but most of the time you won't have to use the really, really big pages. I've also found that, and this has a little bitty gap right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I think I want to put a piece of fabric there to cover that gap. Okay, so this is a little tiny piece. I'm just going to tear this since it's so little. And maybe we'll put him right here. I was saying something and I forgot what I was saying. Lost my train of thought. Okay, so we'll put that piece right there. And anywhere that I don't cover the gaps really, really well, I go back and I put fabric over that. And maybe do a little sewing, you know, and just add some different elements to it. Let's do that this way. I don't want that straight edge. Okay. Put him there. Let's add some red. That's what I want. I want reds in here. I need some reds. Now, sometimes you don't have to tear away your straight edge. If you know you're going to put something over the top of it, it's going to have, you know, a ripped edge, then you can just leave the straight edge and then lay down another piece over here that has the ripped edge on it. Let's see. What else do we have in these little bitty tiny pieces? These are all too close to all of these, so let's find something else. I have some of this. Alright, so I need like a little something to put these in. Oh, I got something. We'll put these in here for now. I don't know why I thought it was a smart idea to pour them out on my book. Okay. So let's rip some of these. Get my ruler. So it rips pretty fast. I mean, you can go pretty fast with it and get the look that you're looking for. So we're just going to use the wavy edge on all of these sides. I will say it's not as fast as just tearing the side of the page like this, but sometimes, you know, you want something a little different, and I think that's cool, you know, the way it has the different types of torn edges. So you can do either or and mix it up. Do them, you know, do like a mix and match type of them. Okay, so this one I want to have a little bit smaller, and he can go there, but he's still a little bit, see, and I just ripped that one because sometimes when they're smaller pieces, it's a little harder to rip them with the rulers. It's harder to get a good grip on them. Okay, so I like that one there. What else do we have? Oops. I have this. I have a lot of green. I need some reds and blues. Ooh, and I like the black check. Let's try this one. Okay, let's use. Now, see, that's a lot faster. If you've got like a bigger piece, it's a lot faster to rip them with the ruler. But if you have a smaller piece, it's faster to rip them with just your hand, like this. Okay, so where's my little card? And sometimes, you know, as the glue dries, you'll see things starting to poke up a little bit or wrinkle up. And you can just take your card and go back over them and push them down. Alright, so I think I want him there. Okay, and then I want a strip of something down here. Maybe we'll go with a little bit of this green and then put some red in too. Okay, I like that. And again, I don't go all the way to the inside edge because it makes it a little harder for your book. It like they start sticking together. And then underneath here, I need a little bit of glue. Okay, so now I'm looking for some reds and some blues because I don't want to just overwhelm it with greens. Just looking through my little stash here. Okay, ooh, I like this one. This is also from, I think that Kentucky Derby Graphic 45 one. So let's get a piece of this. And we can use from both sides of this because they're different patterns. So let's see. We'll put a small piece up here. Ooh, I like that. Okay. And then maybe this piece can go down here. So that, you know, it doesn't have the same color right there together. What else do we have? Greens. Of course we have greens. Ooh, but I like this. Ooh, I love the black floral. It's like a black and cream. Let's do a wave edge. And then I'm just going to tear this edge a little bitty bit off just to give it the little jagged edge look. Okay, I like that. Okay, awesome. What else do we have? Okay, we have some matte pieces. Let's see if we have any that will go really cool with this. I like that one. So let's tear the edge of this real quick because it's too straight. But I love leaving these. These are cool to leave on. So I think I'm going to tear this one about here. And that way we can finish off the corner. And I'm trying to remember the correct orientation to put these down so that the page can be sideways versus, you know, it can be horizontal versus vertical. Let's see. I like it. Okay. See how the edge of that's raising up? I'll just keep going back and pushing it back down. Okay, I have another piece down here. We need some blue in here. Here we go. And these are mostly torn already, so we're going to tear that part. Yep, I like that. So he can go here. And then I think I do want to put in where I had a little bitty piece of a green floral. I'm not sure where he went to. Oh, there he is. Let's use this one here. Okay, I like that. And then we need just a small piece to go right here. Oh, here we have these little small pieces. Let's do this dictionary piece. Nope, it's in the wrong orientation. No. No. Okay, well, I don't like any of those small pieces. We'll make us another small piece. Let's do one of these. Let's see. We'll put some roquette on here. Okay. Maybe like that. Yeah. Oh, I do want to tear this little edge over here though. I just don't like the straight edges. I mean, if I'm doing a project that has, you know, straight edges, I'm fine with it. But if I'm doing these types, I like the ripped edge. Okay. Page finished. Well, semi-finished. Now I'll come back once the page dries and I'll put fabric pieces on it and little focal points on it and things like that. So be looking in my shop because once I get these dry and finished, I'll scan them for you and put them in the shop for you so you can get them and have them to use in your farm journals or whatever journal. You don't have to put them in a farm journal. They can be in any kind of journal. You know, they're collage pages, so they're very versatile. So you can put them in any kind of journal you want to put them in. So yeah, I just thought I would come on real quick and show y'all. Well, I don't know how real quick it's been. Yeah, we're at, I think, 30 minutes. So anyways, let me know what you think about the new rulers, and be looking in the shop for the collage pages. I told you guys I'd put them in there and I forgot to, so working on that today and I'll get them in there for you. Leave any comments or questions you have in the comment box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. And yeah, thanks for watching. You guys have a great Monday. Big hugs.